That's right. We should stop littering. Seriously, Metro Manila. We should stop littering.
The only way to do that is to really create the culture where we police each other. Like
Correct.
where we get outraged as fellow citizens seeing somebody else. Because that's how it works overseas. If you throw something out of your car in Australia or Germany,
Oh, they throw it back in your car.
They will throw it back in your car.
I saw that.
Like
They'll
little
throw
old
it back.
ladies will throw it back in your car.
What you doing? You have a garbage can or something?
Yeah.
Wait, that was
was
not
that?
Australian
That
whatsoever.
sounded New York, yeah.
No, but I remember my dad, one of his assistants threw the banana peel out the window.
Oh my
He stopped
goodness.
the car and then told the assistant, go back there, get the banana peel.
And that's organic.
Yun. Tama yun.
Exactly, and that's what he said.
Like-
but it's organic, sir.
For
I don't care. Get it. You littered. And then he
Exactly.
I'll do
Madumi
that
pa
in
rin
the
eh.
provinces. I don't mind. Like if it's a banana, I'll throw it into the field. If it's like you're driving.
It was in Katipunan, so.
I know. That's bastos because
Yeah.
that's somebody can. I mean, it'll take a while for that to biodegrade.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
Somebody can slip
Yeah.
on it, like in the cartoons.
Exactly.
It's just the habit. It's the habit of the Pinoy. Pinoy
It's the habit.
Yeah.
And,
All right.
and that's why we need to get into the culture.
Exactly.
Okay, go on.
At number 4, stop being wasteful.
Okay.
This is very okay. If you don't finish, like for example, if you don't finish your meals and stuff like that, try. This is oh my goodness. This is such a broad spectrum. But remember, how when we eat and we have leftovers, it's a nice habit that people take it home. I like that habit. But for the people to just to just leave it,
They
being
won't.
it. I'm sorry.
No, go on. Yeah.
No, in restaurants, restaurants don't do anything but throw that away. If you leave food on your table, like leftovers, tatapon nila yan. They don't give that to anybody. They don't give that to the homeless or anything like that. They will throw it away.
And in Australia, when back to Australia because that's if you and the States the same. If you ask for your doggy bag, you watch. They will not. They will give you the empty containers and you put it in by yourself. They will not touch it.
Yeah.
Correct. Which is
Yeah.
tama naman.
Because it's all about what. No more liability. You want to take that home and you get sick later on. You packed it, but we're not going to pack it for you. But here in the Philippines, they do it, and you're right. I think you should take it home.
Yeah.
We do that, and then sometimes we just look. I don't mind. I won't probably eat it at home later, but you can give it to a street kid when they're
Exactly right. Just in case na lang.
Yeah, because
Parang
how
hindi
many?
sayang.
Look, I guarantee you, 1 or 2 stoplights later, you're gonna see somebody who needs it.
Exactly.
Yeah, also servings at the restaurants, they're actually big. So if you're trying to diet, you actually eat half. I would say my advice is eat half of whatever they serve you and then take the other half home.
Because
Uy, okay yun ah. I like that
exactly,
idea.
And I take it home, and then, like I said, when I get to the stoplight, I just give it to the kids for like half price of what I paid for it.
Right. And which is
I think you got it.
Yeah, 30 lang.
30 pesos lang, come on.
Come on.
Kalahati lang
Sige,
naman eh.
25. No,
it's a Friday, guys.
Just give it. It's a very I agree with you.
Yeah.
Next up. That's
Okay, number 3. I think this applies to everybody, especially if you're on the internet, especially if you're an influencer, a blogger, or whatever. Stop listening to haters.
Oh yeah.
Stop.
Yeah,
You know how they say
please,
now,
yeah.
oh, if you have haters, that means you're doing something right, blah, 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 blah. Haters should not really concern you because if you are doing something right, then focus on what you are doing right. Bottom line.
Yeah.
I
Agree.
miss. I'm sure you guys
Oh,
would
yes.
have that. The
Haters
trolls, the
are
haters.
just- for me, they are the internet scum.
Diba? Especially
Yeah.
if they get paid. Nako.
Oh yeah.
That's a definition.
Oh yeah.
Number 2. Oh my goodness. Stop being lazy. Seriously, stop being lazy. Now, on the internet, thanks to the internet, there have been so much, those internet scams. Like you click on this, whatever. And the new thing now is, are you familiar? Are you guys familiar with smishing?
No.
No, what is
That's
that?
okay. But you are familiar with phishing.
Yes.
Okay, phishing is on the internet.
That's
Smishing is
PHI.
that's
Yeah.
right, PHI. Smishing, SMI, that's a cell phone. Beginning of the year, first week of the year, I've been getting these messages na your account has been approved. Please click on link da 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 da. And then when you click on the link, they for some
Extract,
reason
yeah.
they are able to extract your number, your information, and all that kind of stuff. Because right now, data privacy is one of the biggest issues, not just in 2018, but I think this will go on to the next, at least up to 2020. And when I say stop being lazy, there are too many people who scam other people just because they're so lazy to work.
But I mean, I know where you're driving at, but there's actually more involved and more work involved in scamming people than doing it legitimately.
Which is funny, diba?
Which is funny. It's ironic that there's actually more effort. You need to be more organized in crime.
And more creative, for that matter. I mean, my goodness, these like for example, creating a new drug. These guys are like become mad scientists, and you get gasoline, you get this, and then you mix it up, it'll get you so messed up. What the heck? Funny. And at number one for 2019 in our man-made top 5, stop being mean. And I'm talking to you bullies out there, the internet bullies, yung mga matatapang lang sa keyboard. Stop being mean. There is no reason for you to be mean to other people. Instead of being mean, try to be more constructive. Give constructive criticism, which is something that we rarely see nowadays.
Brian, you're opening up a huge Pandora's box here. I mean, seriously, it's a global topic that will take a while to unpack. But I think we could dedicate several shows
Definitely.
to this phenomenon, because one, you're right, there are people who are mean, but there's so much behind that now. There are so many. It's a very organized thing. It's really a way of mind control. It's social media has become a way of basically controlling what people. There's a term for it, and they release things from like Russia, and so don't think that a lot of these things are not by random or accident.
Yeah.
And this is now, I don't think that we've lived in a more critical time for critical thinking, because there's never been an easier time to live in your own bubble and get confirmation bias for that than now. You can pretty much find a group that agrees with anything that you say in this day and age. That's what the internet's for.
And that's dangerous.
And that is so dangerous.
Right.
So you really need to be, now more than ever, you have to be critical in your thinking. You have to be balanced. And don't believe everything you read. Cross-reference everything.
Especially if it's from the internet.
Cross-check everything.
Check your sources.
Check your sources.
Yan.
Don't live in a bubble. Don't be used. Don't let your ignorance and your emotions be monetized, because that's what's happening. Is people are there are groups out there with a lot of power that are monetizing your outrage. They're monetizing your everything, all your reactions, and they're manipulating you, and you're happily going along with it. They have an agenda and they're using you. Do you want to be used? Think about that. So when you see these mean people on the internet, always question why. Are they just really losers living in their mother's basement that are typing in their underwear? Or are they really part of a greater syndicate that are there designed to influence the way you think and feel for either a political agenda or for any other sinister reason? Always question. Always question.
At yan po ang payo ni Tito James.
All rise now for the
homily.
Homily ni Father James. No, but I feel very, very strongly about it.
I agree
because,
with you, James.
You know, we're in our, I was going to say we're in our 40s, but Brian and I are in our 40s. But in this room, we've already got, I always like to say, we've come from an analog background.
Yes.
So we have some sort of, we have a basis. We have some sort of a stronger base than a lot of people. What I worry about are the children born into this digital age that know nothing else.
Exactly.
And these are remember, we're entering a very, very complex era right now, and this is where parenting becomes even more important, to be able to guide us through, because there's just so much available out there, and it can be very, very dangerous. But if nothing else, if you learn nothing else from this particular part of our conversation, just don't believe everything you're fed, and always question why. Just why? Why are they pushing this? I mean, you look at this, for example, it's on it just passed its second reading now, the marijuana bill.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And it amazes me, because I guess I'm used to talking to people who are well traveled, or and globally this is not an issue. Globally this is like, oh well, it's about time. But here when I post it, granted it's getting less, thank gosh, but it's still a worry how people are like, hindi, maano yan, ma-rapist yan, and all that. It's like, dude, are you really, come on. With the information that we have nowadays, it's actually more of a crime to keep this illegal.
Yeah.
It's more of a crime to actually not make certain tobacco products and other pharmaceuticals illegal.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, this is where don't believe everything that you've been told. Cross-reference it. That's what the internet's for, and find out before you make these silly accusations about being a gateway drug and all that. Gateway drug, I agree. To Doritos, yeah. It'll lead you there. Lead you to the fridge too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be smiling all the way to the fridge.